Things are going well. But I've actually been enjoying the game so much, I haven't even looked at what's going on in chat. Hey guys, what's up? Oh. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, so Ism's talking about, like, how I went the wrong way, and it turns out there's a difficulty spike, and you're not supposed to go that way. You know, even though, you know, part of me is like, oh, no, I went the wrong way, fuck. That gives me such a delicious feeling of mystery and exploration and possibility for the rest of the world. Shit. You know, because my whole body's like going, well, what's up there? What's over there? Oh, shit. Well, Ori brought light and hope to the forest, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I see. Requires charge flame efficiency at water breach. Yeah. Hey, Sheriff, come on. Oh my god, we got the cutest little kitty. Hi. Hey, sweet kitty. Yeah, I'm just gonna set this kitty up onto my shoulders. She loves this. She's a little parrot. There we go. There we go. That's good. Hey, Sheriff. Alright. Up to rest on the top. Oh, we lost a kitty. God, I love that cat. Who's this nerd? A Guman from the Forlorn Ruins. We must follow his steps. We must get what he stole. Without the water vein, the Ginso tree is closed shut. God, the most beautiful, like, this entire game. I feel like I'm walking through concept art. Dude, this is already one of my favorite games. Ugh! Popping it. See if I can get triple jump before I can get double jump. Boink. Woo! Oh! Oh! Okay, I'm stuck down here for a second. Alright, saving that game. Saving it, saving it. Okay, so what have been my favorite games recently? Alright. Come on. Come on, little guy. Certainly, I think Talos Principle is just auto #1. Come on, man. Okay, I see what I have to do. I have to walk away, wait for these fat guys to respawn, so that way they can begin shooting me again. What games have I played? Okay, well, I don't know. The games I've played the last few Fridays have really been my favorites. Talos Principle, City Skylines. Oh, shit. Fuck, get out. Get out. Save it. What are some other games that I really liked when I was playing them? I can't remember what games I've played this year. Yeah, Off-World Trading Company interested me a lot. Oh, shit. It interested me a lot. There was enough... I don't want to call it unpolished, it's not the word. There was enough room left for resource design and gameplay work that... I'm probably going to take a break before playing it again. But I'm super thrilled that I gave them $40. If you haven't checked out Off-Road Trading Company, absolutely recommend. At the very least, watching some videos of it. And... Actually, I'm just gonna go. Are these all... Well, let me get a grip on what's going on in this level for a moment. Thornfeld Swamp. Okay, I'm pretty sure I have to go this left way. I had a brief discussion with someone on Twitter about this, that, like, the price tag for the alpha on Off-Road Trading Company is $40. Which, I think for many people, it might be like, what? Oh, it's not worth $40 yet. But I think what's really cool about pricing... Oh, I see, I want to keep these covered. Oh no, I need to... in terms of a chain of unveiling, get them to open this stuff up. The best part of... Oh, fuck, I'm dumb. The best part about pricing is that you don't have to use it as a tool to maximize revenue. What you can also do is minimize audience. You can make it, like, super expensive so that only a few people buy it, or super cheap so everybody buys it. And I think that most alpha games are going for, like, the $5 to $10 price point, because that's about how much it's worth. But I think that that's not necessarily the smartest pricing model for an alpha game. And I think it actually might be smarter to price it very high, because you get less money, but the only people willing to give you that much are the people who are really interested in, and as a result invested in, the success of your product. So if I'm the guy willing to pay $40 for Off-Road Trading Company, I'm the guy who's going to give really relevant, valid, good, higher quality feedback. Now imagine if Off-Road Trading Company was $1. They're going to get a flood of low quality feedback, and non-feedback, and weak data from a bunch of people, so I'm sort of a fan of that. Yeah, I think my favorite game I've ever done in my life on a day off on is Antechamber. That's my all-time favorite. What's up there? And I'm dead. My bad. Easy save point, but I was distracted by what I was burbling about. Oh, and there's a thingaroo up there. Oh, cool. Yeah, I think that, like, you know, you know, this is something. Okay, let me talk a little bit about, like, pricing and development. So here's the fact to know about games. Making games is just hard. It's just hard. The game that I am working on, I am investing a lot into it. Everyone I work with is unbelievably brilliant. I think I'm not an idiot. Like, I don't want to say, oh, I'm brilliant, because I don't exactly feel that way, but I'm trying really hard. I'm trying as hard as I can, and I feel like I have a lot of experience in RTS games. And it may very well turn out to be a bad game, just because making games is hard. It's really, really hard. And what I find both fascinating and hilarious is, if you think about the idea of someone handing another person money to make a game, that's fundamentally risky, right? Because making games is hard. It doesn't matter if you have a really smart team who's really good. It's very possible to just make a not good game because making games is hard. So, when we think of, like, or I guess, like, on the internet, you'll read things about, you know, oh, EA, the game, they gave these people money and the game was bad, and it's because they didn't invest properly, to give them enough support. And there's all this commentary about the way that a publisher provides funding for and interfaces with the developers. And there's certainly a lot of legitimate arguments there about, like, you know, frustrating constraints and blah, blah, blah. But the idea that I'm trying to convey is that it's really, really hard to make a game. Just to make a game. And as a result, it's very hard to be in a position where you are investing in a company to try to get them to make a good game. So when Kickstarter comes along, and now all of a sudden, the average Joe has the ability to just hand in some money to support a developer, and we're starting to see a lot of really catastrophically failed Kickstarters for games. There's this new kind of hilariously discordant theme that's floating around of just like, God, the incompetency is really huge. I mean, they pumped the game up, the product was bad, and geez, I mean, I really hate incompetency out there. And there certainly have been some Kickstarters that have just been zero communication, absolute terrible, didn't deliver on anything, disappeared. There's absolutely been just poorly done Kickstarters. But there have also been games that delivered on all the, you know, Kickstarter tier list things that they have there. And they delivered the game that they said they would, almost identical to how they proposed they would do it. But it just turned out to not be that fun. And you still see the same criticisms applied about, swindling and upsetness and anger. And I find that whole thing, like, interesting and fascinating. I don't think it's necessarily bad one way or the other, because, again, it's really hard to invest in games. So, do you fault the maker? Do you fault the investor? You know, like, screw fault moment. It's just risk, right? It's just a risky thing. You know, it's like going all in with a flush draw, because you're pretty sure he'll fold, and when he doesn't, well, you could always get a heart, and, you know, if the heart doesn't come, well, it doesn't make your play wrong, it just means you took a risk, and sometimes risks go poorly. Everything about game development I find, like, so cool and so interesting, and this is all fundamentally because in a game you don't actually make you don't actually create what you're trying to make. You're trying to make fun, but you don't create fun, you create rules that you think will inspire the kind of fun that you want. Nowhere in the rules of soccer does it tell you to pass the ball. It doesn't say that anywhere. But it just so happens that with a set of rules, almost the entire game, the flow of it is thinking about passing and positioning and trying to, you know, intercept lines of passing and to spread the team out. Like, that's so much of the game, written nowhere in the rules. So, you know, like in this, if someone said to me, Sean, I want you to invest in my game. Sean, you are apparently a millionaire and you can afford to invest in a game. Oh, I love how this story starts. Yeah, like, we want to invest in our game. We're a platformer, and the movement feels really good in it. That's a big core part of it, is we want you to give us money for this platformer that will feel really, really, really good. I mean, like, you know, that's kind of hard to create, because you want to create that feeling of freedom of movement, and what feels good to one person might not feel good to the other person. And, you know, you create this world that you think is going to be fun to explore, and then some people might just find it confusing to explore and not really know what's going on. Oh, I forgot where I was paused. So I find the whole... Come on, up and away. I find the whole Kickstarteriness, like, really, really interesting in that regard. Yeah. Those are things that I think. Another thing I find really interesting is that, like, I gave a long explanation for what was inherently a fairly soft point. That making games is hard, so it creates this interesting dynamic when something like Kickstarter comes up, because it has parallels to investment. It's a very soft point. many people will hear this, be like, yeah, Day 9 was talking about how dumb people are in Kickstarter. Well, not necessarily. Day 9 was talking about how dumb it was for Kickstarter, or people who invest in Kickstarters to be upset when Kickstarters go wrong. Because they need to understand that making games is hard. It's like, well, no. You're allowed to be upset about that. Oh, wait, how do I get up here? Oh, yeah, I wanted to die. I wanted to die. Yeah, how do I get down to that sack thing? I actually don't know how I want to get to that. Oh, that came faster than I thought. That's another thing that is like probably my most common interest is the way that information just misinformation gets spread on the internet like so fast. Oh, actually, yeah, yeah, Faraj in chat brings up a great example of the making games is hard. Diablo 3, like Blizzard, when that first came out, Blizzard got a ton of heat for a bunch of the features that were in that game. And they worked like, oops, that's the wrong thing. There we go. B. They made the game like several times again in order to get what they eventually wanted. This is Blizzard, like, as far as I'm concerned, the best game company in the world. How in the hell do I get up to there? What is that little shiny thing up there, directly above my head? Are these spikes? Oh! I'm not sure what to do about this. Oh, I could have dodged both of those, man. Oh, thank God. Game saved. The Godfinger says, I feel like that's really similar to writing. Any kind of opinion, creative-based creation, you can pay someone to paint a picture to write your life, but the concept of someone's taste is hard to capture no matter how good you are at it. Yeah, definitely. Absolutely agree. I think there's an extra layer of abstraction that's shitty in a game. Like, for instance, in a multiplayer game. Like, when we started working on Atlas, we were like, oh, we're gonna make these really sweet units, and let's create some really awesome units that will be really, really fun. And we made it, and then nobody interacted with each other at all. They just sat in their bases not fighting, and it was like, oh, shit! Oh, God, right? Like this, come on, it was like the exact opposite of what we were trying to go for, man. I don't really know where I'm going. What's... Oh, that's a soul link. There's this one unit that we thought was going to be super cool. Oh! Oh, shit! I see how this works now. So here's the unit. You build the unit, it's called a zapper. It comes in a pair. So there's two of them. But they're connected by a chain. And the unit has no attack, but what it can do is when you hit a button, it shoots electricity down the chain. And there's a there's a leash length, a max length. So the idea is that you would, like, spread up the zappers and, like, run them across a crowd of people. And it works okay. It's like a cool idea. There were some hilarious moments in them. Whoopsie daisies! Jesus! Create Soul Link. But, you know, as cool as that sounded, it was kind of, you know, you did weird things where you'd, like, hotkey all the left guys in Control 2 and all the right things in Control 3, so you could, like, 2-click, 3-click to, like, spread them out. And someone would, like, walk to the wall and they, like, couldn't... Actually, that micro was pretty cool. We should get that unit back in the game. But sort of like... Sounds good in real life, doesn't work on paper. Oh, I love just... Like, it's just giving me stuff to shoot. It's just fun to shoot. Oh! Oh, energy high! I'm gonna celebrate by getting a little cell. Meow, meow. Woo. Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I have seen like half of the dudes. Come on. Oh, you didn't break through. Shit. Bad frog. Man, guy. Oh, shit. Get. Boom! I'm fucking saving here, man. Thank God I saved! Drinking anything good tonight, says the Duganator? I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing any drinking tonight. I increasingly like not drinking more than I like drinking. Ooh, shit. Okay, so I have a theory. I have a theory. I think I've talked about this before, but I don't know. Like, I'm very aware that it is a theory. I'm increasingly a big believer. Oh, shit. Got him! Oh, shit. I'm increasingly someone who emphasizes evidence-based arguments. And, oh, one of the reasons why I am increasingly all about evidence-based arguments is because of the game design process, trying to actually make Atlas a good game, where you tell yourself these stories that sound right. You know, like I was telling you about the zapper. Oh, there's gonna be this cool method to, like, you know, you're gonna split them, you're gonna run through, and then it's just like, okay, oh shit. Sorry, I went all despy and ripped my own earphones out. You know, it sounds okay in your head. It sounds pretty, or it sounds actually really, actually sounds tight. It sounds super sick in your head. But then in practice, it's only okay. So it doesn't matter how good this story is in your head, you need the evidence. So anyways, here's my theory, and I need more evidence for this. Ah! Gotcha! Gimme! Oh, I'm so close. So here's my theory. And I'm thinking of this theory because EVE Online is being talked about. I feel like the harder and more obfuscated, or like the same things that help bring the game up in terms of streamlining and ease and accessibility also bring a lot of these beautiful, fresh skill capping things down. That's not quite what I want to say. I need to think on this more. But like I'll take mana in Magic the Gathering versus Hearthstone as an example. So in Magic, you have to think about your mana base when you're building a deck. So you can do something insane, or well, actually, let me not do the corner case first. Let me do one of the normal things. You can do something a little normal, like 24 land, 36 spells. Maybe you have some, difficulty getting all the mana you need, so you might run like 27 land. Maybe you're an insane Burning Tree Emissary deck that's only running 14 mountains. It's this new interesting component, but when you're a new player, you're like, alright, I want to go black splash blue, tell me what my fucking mana should be. Like, the mana base is not that interesting to you. It's the cards, the spells that you're actually playing. Whereas in Hearthstone, it just says, here's your mana, and there you go, done. But the fact that there's this whole interesting mana-based question means you can come up with, like, the 14 mana Burning Tree Emissary deck. So when you remove the mana base, you actually lose out on those things. Oh, what did I buy? Creating a solution. Okay, we are getting close to water breath. Woohoo! Soul Link is ready. So I don't know what this is, but like, I'm trying to think of an example from Atlas. Oh, here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Last hitting in League to get the gold. Opening it up. Hype. Yeah, last hitting in League is an activity that lots of people find super, super fun. I bet you there's something over here. Shit. But it's like super, super interesting. I probably can't do this right now. I probably need one more level to get water breath. So anyways, a lot of people find last hitting. Oh shit. To be really cool and interesting. Oh. Oh, that's so beautiful. Yeah, so yeah, like last hitting feels really good and rewarding. And it's a way for you to feel like you are participating in the growth of your build order. And it can be denied. I don't mean like literal denies, but I mean like someone can push you out of lane and you can wind up not getting all that gold that you want and need and blah blah blah. Let me just fast interjection. The thing that shows on the minimap where all the power-ups are, does that show everything, or does that just show what I've only recently seen? That's my last thing. But to a certain degree, the last hitting in League of Legends... Oh, sorry. Yeah, so it's an activity a lot of people enjoy, and moreover, it's also something that can change. So, like, in a StarCraft build order, I know exactly when my X and Y is going to be done, and I can do the planning around that. But in League, you can sort of be like, yeah, well, this is originally the timing I was going for, to let me push this tower at this time. Holy fuck! But now I can't do that, because I got pushed out of lane. And blurbity blurbity blur. Actually, let me... Oh, I don't have enough for a save yet. So it's like this, it creates all this cool stuff, but on the other hand, it's also, whoa, it's also sort of like a check to see if you are allowed to play the game at a certain level. Like, oh, you're only okay at last hitting? Well, guess what? It's kind of like SCV building. to a certain degree. Oh. Sort of by the same token, I find SCV building to be really fun and rewarding. Doesn't mean everyone does. In fact, a lot of people get really annoyed by it. Or never missing supply depots. I love. So, you know, you have something like Heroes of the Storm said, last hitting is gone. You don't need to last hit. All you gotta do is just be nearby, and there you go. And the game immediately lost out on this skill factor and felt a little more straightforward. It also felt really nice for someone like me that has never really played a lot of MOBAs. I watch a shitload of League and like LCS, and I watch some Dota, not too much. Mainly the huge events. But in Heroes of the Storm, they sort of replaced that with having more map mechanics and all that other stuff in there. So it's just sort of interesting to me to think, woohoo! We got Gumo. It's so interesting to me, like, that idea of, you know, like, well, you know, last hitting does kind of make this frustration, but it creates this new skill. And similarly, like, you know, we could say, oh, well, you know, they removed last hitting, they replaced it with map mechanics in Heroes of the Storm, but now all of a sudden, as a new player, you have to have a lot of map awareness, or it demands a lot of map awareness from you. So, the thing that I will finally come to is EVE Online, which, let me actually save, which is this game that I feel like is the most interesting game I'll never play, because it has all this ridiculous high-end beauty and depth that I just can't, I feel like I cannot tap into at all. Because the new player experience seems so, well, not only daunting, but also boring. Oh, there's just a second pathway through it. I see. Oh, it's a sturdy frog. See you later, frog. So, what I really need to do is just work on whatever the hell it is I'm trying to say. Because I don't quite have a super clean statement in mind. It's just that idea of, like, you remove, or you... Oh, what am I doing down here? Is this a trap? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, well, let me just save my stuff. Yes, I don't really have a point, but... It's like removing the something that makes the game nicer for the new player, hurts the thing for the expert, something... Kind of like that, or something. Cool. Oh, that feeling of wonder. Oh yeah, I remember. And this is, like, particularly representative of where we're at Atlas-wise, where, like, we're trying to make, I mean, in a simple sense, we're trying to make the game feel more strategic. But it's like, okay, well, great, well, what does that mean? What does it mean to make a game... Oh, shit, look at that. What does it mean for a game to be more strategic? Oh, shit. Well, to a certain degree, it's making the game a lot more inconvenient. Oh, I do have two things. I'm dumb. I'm sorry. Give me... Oh shit, a frog, yeah. We're trying to make Atlas more strategic feeling, and a lot of that comes down to literally making the game more inconvenient for the player. Bam, 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 bam. Things to destroy and explode. Oh! Thought I was nailing it. What was Blaker saying? I think most games will pick a balance between skill cap and ease of entry, but I like the idea that a game can have multiple layers of depth, like a natural selection where you can choose to play as the deep RTS overlord or the easy to understand FPS grunt. Yeah, there's a certain beauty to, like, for instance, Magic the Gathering, I think just has all these different layers that are just so fantastic. Like, oh, I really want to be up there because I like my collectibles. Oh, shitty balls. Like in Magic, you don't really need to know anything about deck construction. You just sit down and you just play. Like, you can just take a pre-made deck and you can just play that. And then, you know, you can start to play Sealed, I think is a really good example of, you know, where a player will begin to learn about deck building. Where he gets a small set of cards, he can easily identify what maybe some of the excellent cards are, and then maybe the rest is a little wishy-washy. Or actually, hell, even before that, just building a deck. Just having the fun of building a deck, having an idea in your head of what you want to go for, and that just comes up. It just feels so fun. And then you can learn about Sealed and Draft, and then, you know, you start to learn even bigger and brighter heights. Oh, the Ancestral Tree, LaRue! Oh! Double jump! Gimme that! Gimme the D jump! Oh my god, every time I get double jump in a platformer, my foot cramps. That's what I'm talking about. Oh. Oh. Yes. Oh. Okay, here's something interesting. First, let me just... Okay, here's an example of polish. They did not need to have that vector come out, but they do, and it feels so good. Oh, freedom of movement, so good. So I remember I was having a chat with LSV when we were filming Spellslingers, Luis Scott Vargas. Oh, look at that little guy. And I was talking about how, like, you know, we're starting to work on Atlas. And what's nice about it is that, there's a lot of, like, simple dud things that we can just put in. Like, without knowing what the final game is like, if we want to have a couple of fillers for us to do testing, we can. We know that we will want, like, a fast, weak melee unit, and a slow, strong melee unit, and a fast, weak ranged unit, and a slow, strong ranged unit. You know, and so on. A super slow, ultra long range artillery unit. Oh god, that feels so good, Jesus. And I was asking about, like, with card games, like, what he thought about those sorts of things. And he said, well, in card games you also have the sort of same thing, you know, where you'll have some notion of direct damage, and he listed off, like, a crap load of cards that are sort of, like, designed for you before you even begin working on the game. And now that I'm here playing a platformer, I'm thinking the same thing. Like, wow, look at this, like, truly every platformer has that moment where you get double jump. And wall jump is now a mechanic that is in there every time. And there's the Metroidvania-style exploration. Much of which has been, you know, very firmly established. Oh, geez. Look, it even wants me to do this. Oh my god, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oops. Thank God I did that thing. Utori says, Sean, whatever happened to investing time on a game with a deep learning curve? Lately, a lot of games require a short learning curve to enjoy the game. Does having a steep learning curve make the game boring now? Well, I mean, I think... Whoa! I mean, a lot of that is like a market question. Where, like, I'll take EVE Online. Like, okay, so I am part of the broader gaming market. And I think I am representative of a reasonable segment of gamers. Not like a huge segment, but certainly there's a portion of people like me. And EVE Online is something that I've always been fascinated by, and I've always kind of wanted to learn about, but just never really felt like I could get into it. So, the learning curve is now something that restricts me. Now, there's other games like this, like Go. Like, I really want to learn Go. I have always really, really, really wanted to learn Go. I don't know the best way to do that. But what I like about Go is that it's extremely difficult and there's a shitload of depth in there. But I know the game only will last, like, you know... well, if you're playing at my level, only like an hour. I don't even know where I'm going, but this is so kick-ass. Oh, wait, shit, I'm gonna go up there. Can't get there yet, but soon enough, triple jump. Boom! So, a lot of the way that I know more complex games are doing this is they just say, well, you can't learn it. You're never going to be able to learn it. There is no tutorial. There is no YouTube video that can be made for you to learn this game. It's got to be through your friends. It's got to be your friends are going to teach you. And this, I feel like a great example of this is League of Legends. Shit, shit, fuck, fuck. Healing! Whatever, I'm sure there was a puzzle there, but I didn't figure it out. Like, League of Legends, for as much as people want to call it, like, casual Dota, is like a ridiculously hardcore game. Oh, I now know how I'm supposed to do it. Like, you have to immediately know, oh shit, about last hitting. Oh. Oh, actually, okay, here, I'll do my League of Legends thing, and then I'll come back to, Go, from what Mayor No Aim was talking about. But with, like, League of Legends, it's, like... I still remember, you know, like, seeing Eric teach one of my friends the game. And Eric was like, alright, now you're gonna recall, you're gonna buy this item. My friend went, wait, why? And Eric was like, just do it, man! Like, and he had to just bludgeon Ankur into just, like, starting to just do stuff and to go into the motions. Like, the whole idea of, like, buying stuff in the item store is... it's just, like, ludicrously complex. Until you get it. Until the whole game clicks for you. Oh, this is so tight. Saving! So, I think that, like, EVE Online... Dota... Oh, cool. I didn't explore all that stuff down there. Maybe another day. I just won't save. I want to see what's down here. Woo! Oh, shit. I want to go down there, man. Or Magic the Gathering. Like, Magic the Gathering, I don't really think that you can learn unless you got a friend. And, you know, fortunate thing is that we have, like, Friday Night Magic that we can go to. Oh, shit, that's right. I think I actually cannot get through there. I think I need some sort of speed-up mechanism. Oh, wait, what does this do? Oh, shit. Oh, okay, well. Now I can just alternate wherever the hell I want. Nice. I think I just genuinely cannot get through there, so let me... So I think we're probably gonna try to do something like that with Atlas, where like I could not handle if Atlas was just a fairly, you know, straightforward game. Like, I really crave that strategic complexity. That's interesting to me. Ugh. But I don't think there's any set of tutorials that can help with a certain degree of complexity. So I don't really know what to do there. That's just... I'm just burbling. I'm just burbling. Now, we have had so many new subs. Broco Lee, X-Rambo Smurf, WTF Magic. Oh, the Duganator, of course. Master Metroid and XX Armax. What is up? Is this a... Well, this is a cool sequence. This seems like a good place to do a little pause. I have to use the restroom, if you know what I mean. By that I mean I need to poo. So it's gonna be more like an extended break. Hello. Despy, this is a bad time. Daddy needs to unload.